Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to take care of the front cylinder. We fully disassembled the rear one last time. Now time to do the same on the front one. There is definitely a lot more to do, so I'm going to get started on that, and then we'll see if we can remove the valves, the water pump, maybe we'll get started on the clutch and go from there. So let's get started. Some good cleaning. This is really bad. There's debris again. Alright, so we have the same issue here. For me it's not an issue since I removed the top cylinder, the edge of the cylinder and the cylinder, but I think if you guys were not removing everything, you would have an issue because you wouldn't be able to get that piece completely out. So I think there might be a solution to be able to get that edge A out while you're pushing B, but I don't know. There's no way I can pull it personally. I don't have any tool that would be even like grabbing, like so small and it's an angle too. So since I showed you the other one, I'm gonna do the same. I'm not gonna worry about this part, and I'm gonna add the pin afterwards basically. Alright, let's get started. Another one super dirty. Alright, so we're gonna remove and compress the springs here. we should be able to remove, there should be a pin, or I forgot what's the name, and then we can slowly remove the pressure and it should be fine. So it needs to sit well on the spring, and same thing on the back of the valve, basically as centered as possible. And then we're gonna slowly compress the spring, and there is some sort of pin, I forgot the name, that we're gonna remove. We don't want to compress too much, and then we slowly release so that the spring gets released, basically. Need to be extremely careful, wear some protective glasses. I also want to make sure it's not in my direction, it's facing maybe a wall or something, because this is well compressed, so if it gets out, it's extremely dangerous. You saw that? Oh, and I forgot the magnet. This is what we're gonna need. So I'm gonna use a magnet catcher so that I can remove basically the stuff. It's still too early, but we'll be able to remove the two pins. There you go. So that's one of them. There's another one on the other side. I'm able to get it. I need to compress a little bit more. There you go. So we have both of them. Definitely don't lose them. And we're gonna slowly decompress. And this is loose. You can feel it when it gets basically not dangerous and it's gonna jump. So you have two springs, one inside the other one. You have also some sort of O-ring. So you don't want to lose those things. You want to also keep them. This one is going to be easy because that's the big one, but the other two you want to make sure that you don't switch them. I think it's better just to put back everything where it was exactly. And again, those two little pieces, don't lose them either. And then we're gonna do the same on the other side. The only thing here is the valves are smaller, so we'll need to change the size, I believe, for both. Yeah, this is too big. So this one is good for the back. I believe this size, one size down, is good for the front. By the way, this is the first time I'm doing it. I just watched a bunch of videos, also read the service manual, so it's accessible to anybody. You just need to be careful, basically, and know and make sure that you know what you're doing in terms of what's the steps that you have to follow. By the way, I haven't removed the other part yet, but this is what we're gonna need to do. Remove the valve part. Definitely needs quite a lot of cleaning. So for this one, it's completely black. I don't know if it's supposed to be black, it's hard to tell, but I can feel it's very
it's not clean basically. You can see like this is really dark. This one is, the big one was really dirty. Yeah, it's gonna need a lot of cleaning. Alright, so last one. Same thing, same size since the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put each one of these in separate ziplocs, and then pour in one ziploc itself. I'm going to say that it was the front, so this is the front one, front head cylinder, and then this one was the big one, so by itself, the one furthest here, and the one closest to us. So now that I put everything in ziplocs, next one is the rear one, and we're going to do the same process as what I just showed you. So there you go, we're done with the second one. So as you can see, it's pretty simple in some ways. You need to be careful, follow the steps, but it's not too complicated. You definitely need to make sure you get the proper tool. My toolkit comes with different sizes and everything. So this is extremely useful because that means I can use it for different bikes. Alright, next day here. So now we're gonna remove the electric starter. One of the reasons is I want to inspect it, but also the other reason is I'd like to repaint basically the crankcase, and in order to paint under here, it will be basically easier with this removed. Alright, and you can tell there's a lot of dirt here, so it's good to have opened it, to have removed it. Makes things a lot easier to clean, also to paint and everything. Alright, so now we're gonna remove this cable. The reason why I want to remove it is, first off, this entire cable is extremely dirty. It looks like it might have been not repaired, but there's some tape here, so I'm not very, like, I don't like the look of it. Extremely dirty, and also right here, all the entire area here, I don't know what there was, but there was some sort of dirt and everything. It smells like horse poop. So I need to remove this, and in order to get there and clean it, you can see all the bolts here. If I take let me see, if I take this and I do like something like this here, you can see there's like little parts coming out, and it's like full of it. And here you can see like it's went inside. And here you can see like there's bunch of dirt like this that comes out, like these things. So this is what I need to do. That's why I want to do this basically. So this looks like a simple pull here. Alright, so this is definitely a sensor. This thing here there's a rubber gasket on top of it. You can see it's like full of crap everywhere. Let's see if we can remove this. Okay, so it's a little screw in the back of it. So you can tell this cable, I don't know if you can tell how bad dirty this is. So, and even more in the back of it. One thing I want to do here, such a small screw, this is such a small screw, I'm going to put it back basically. I really don't want to lose that. And it will avoid having anything going inside it. So, yeah, so this is a sensor with a connector here. I'm not sure exactly what this is. If you guys know what sensor is this, let me know down in the comment. But otherwise, I'll repair the cable and put it back when we rebuild everything. Alright, next is to take care of the water pump. So this is the outer piece. We're going to remove the cover, and normally we should be able to remove the outer pump as well. There you go. So I gasket that we'll need to replace. And yeah, it's not too bad, but it's actually pretty good so far. It's really clean inside. There's still that issue that I can't access the screw, so I'm gonna need to look for that. I'm gonna flip, I think, the engine in order to get stuff off. Alright, so the screw here is actually accessible. This is the oil, this is for draining the oil, and actually what I can do is I can access here, which I think is just a little bit stupid the way they've got it, because you should be able to do that without draining the oil. This gives us full access on this part, bolts and everything, but also we should be able to remove, I believe, this somehow. This should be able to come right off, but I think it's a little bit stuck. There you go. So this is the water pump. You can see it's very dirty in the back. Alright, so that's it for the water pump. So it gives us nice access here to clean, and you can tell it's extremely dirty. So we can basically start cleaning the outside whenever we want, and be able to also paint if we want as well. The inside looks really good. Everything is as normal as it should be. So at the moment, based on this as well as the top, the rest of the crankcase, everything looks good. Everything is turning as it should. All the mechanical parts looks good on the inside. So at the moment I'm not planning to open the crankcase. So one other thing I wanted to do is remove the clutch plate, and then the clutch to get access to each one of them and then measure them. But basically the reason why I want to do it is, if you see here, I can show you do it here, is there's all this black stuff here, like right here. This is like not really good in my opinion. That it's there's black stuff everywhere, so if you go with your nail you can get like little pieces of black stuff here and there. So I'm not sure what it is. It's on all the plates, so I'm gonna need to definitely take it out, but I need to figure out the tools for and the lock nut for putting it back as well. Alright, so I loosened up all four just to break a little bit the torque. You're gonna need to remove two completely. You can remove one and two like just simply, and the other two in diagonal you're gonna need to remove them slowly by untying a little bit, untying the other one, and so on. And the reason why is you have the spring, so you don't want them to come out like crazy and pushing. So I have 4 springs here, and what I wanted to check is the inside here. So what we need to do is push the pin out, like the dimple, the little thing that they pushed in, we need to push it back out, and then we'll need to remove the bolt. Just remember the clutch moves, so the best way is to have an holder here, so you hold the holder and at the same time you remove your nut. It's at 94 for the nut in terms of torque, so it's pretty high, but I think it's feasible as long as you have a good holder. So I'm looking into getting one because I don't have the proper tools here to make one, and then we'll be able to take care of these clutch plates. Alright, so before I take care of this, and this will be in different days since I don't have the tool, what I want to check first is one of the springs. Just remember they're full of oil. So you're gonna need to use your caliper. I use digital one, makes things a lot easier, faster. Make sure it's at 0, and then the service limit is at 41.6. So we're at 42.7 on there. So all the springs are good. They're within, they're over the limit, so this is good. So now that we removed the springs, all the springs, and we made sure that the size is correct, I'll store them for now until basically we remove the plate and put everything back together. I believe the clutch plate, well, as soon as I remove it, it'll probably be one of the last things that I'm going to put back on the bike. The reason why is normally you should dip the plates in oil, and if I'm going to put it right away back and leave it in there, it's just going to dry up and it's not going to be good. So
Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Rear cylinder and front cylinder completely removed, so I'm super happy how far we've gone in the past couple of weeks on this engine. One tip I have to give is, if you're doing that kind of project and disassembling the engine, definitely be organized. There's so many parts on this engine. You definitely want to make sure there is the front and cylinder separate where you're going to store them. Use Ziplocs, use post-it, whatever you need to keep track of things, take notes, pictures, or even videos This is going to be super helpful for you. For me, that's what I'm doing, so it's going to be helpful also for me. And also having a service manual is definitely a plus, I think. Next time there is definitely going to be a lot of cleaning. However, I don't think cleaning is such an interesting content. I will definitely show you guys some of it, but I want to take care of a few things. The clutch, we're going to need to wait for the clutch for the part to arrive in order to remove those clutch plates. They said a bit over a week, so it might not be next video. Otherwise, I want to take care of testing the electrical parts that were on the bike. So starter motor, starter, regular. I need to test them to see if their resistance is still good. Even the starter motor, I can actually test it and see if it's actually running. All of those parts needs to be checked, because this bike was, as you know, not running. We discovered the solenoid was dead, so I had to change that, which gave us a crank, but that was it. But it didn't go further. So there's definitely quite a bit of work to do. I'm guessing I'll probably need to change the battery anyway, because that one is so old. Yeah, we'll see how it is. I wanted to thank you guys for all your support. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them down below. Otherwise, also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will catch you up next time.